Security breach for DHS Secretary Kristi Noem.
I said Homeland Security, DHS, Department of Homeland Security. You're right. Okay.
Department confirming that her bag, which had $3,000 cash inside, was stolen while she was eating Easter dinner at a D.C. restaurant last night. NBC Homeland Security correspondent Julie Ainsley is following this story for us. What do we know about what happened here?
Yeah, well, Chris, it's exactly as you laid out, that she was eating Easter dinner. We understand with numerous members of her family, about 6 or 7 people present in a popular downtown D.C. restaurant. Of course, everywhere she goes is with Secret Service, but somehow in the middle of even having a Secret Service detail there, someone was able to steal her purse. And inside, you mentioned the $3,000. I think that's kind of the most jaw-dropping. We asked DHS why she had that much cash. They said that she got this out to be able to spend it on things like Easter gifts and dinner for her family. Not exactly clear why there was cash needed for that, but also her badge. And that's really where you get into the security part of this. And so we're reaching out to see if they've turned off that.
MSNBC is asking those questions. I don't know if Fox News would ask those questions, though.
No.
I'm curious, though, why cash? I don't understand. Get a credit card, right? And
Badge, because of course they can use those to access buildings or even electronics in some cases. Now, our Yamiche Alcindor was in a unique position today at the White House Easter egg roll to be able to ask Kristi Noem about this as soon as it happens. Take a listen.
Do you have any feedback on your purse stolen? I don't think I can comment on it yet. Okay, I'm sorry that happened. First of all, Yamiche with NBC News. I'm just concerned that you're worried about that.
Yeah, no. Yeah, it's not resolved yet. Thank you.
Okay. Do you know if the Secret Service has any leads on it or anything?
So she said there it's not resolved yet. And we should say we've reached out to Secret Service just like we would whenever there's a security breach like this. They're referring all questions back to DHS, which of course does oversee Secret Service. But yeah, a lot of unanswered questions and some head scratching about this situation. But another question again about how people are protecting their access to secure information and how detailees are being protected. Of course, we always want to know the answers, especially after the major breach last summer against President Trump with the assassination attempt.
Yeah, just to go back to the badge for a quick second, I very much remember when I got my hard pass, is what we call it, when I was White House correspondent. And I remember the senior producer at the White House basically looking me in the eye and saying, you guard this with your life. You do not lose this. You do not ever not know where it is. But they should have the ability in this case, right, to deny access. They have the electronic capability of doing that. But it is, even though it is a security concern.
Yeah, absolutely. We just haven't gotten to that piece yet. She said it's an ongoing issue. I'm sure that there's a way to deny access to the building. I think it's really just surprising for people to realize this is the kind of thing you can carry in your purse. It can be stolen out of a restaurant, even with Secret Service around you. And we should say for a lot of government employees, they also use those badges to plug into computers to be able to access information. Absolutely no indications anything like that happened in this case. We're just talking about how important these pieces of plastic are.
Well, okay, a couple things. Look, her access, they're not going to give anyone access to anything. I'm more concerned about how she got her purse stolen with the Secret Service agents there,
Exactly.
And this is another black eye for the Secret Service. The attempted assassination of the president, and then now this. And who carries cash?
Yeah,
the cartel.
And who carries their passport? $3,000 in cash and your passport to go to a restaurant.
Does the director of Homeland Security need her passport? I mean, I know we all kind of are scared of that these days. Carmen just went to Mexico and back.
Yeah,
but do you think she was the one that literally wouldn't need it? Anyway, look,
But she doesn't look like somebody that has to carry her papers or passport. So
it's kind of a funny story. And I guess that's why we're going with it.
I guess one of my questions, I don't want to be a conspiracy.
Eastside Tony says he carries Bitcoin.
I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist here or anything, but do you think maybe she just lost it? And I mean, all the years we've been cops, so many times somebody lost something that was really important, and they're like, "Oh man, I don't want to tell anybody I lost it." So why don't I just say it was stolen?
So I'm just thinking, I don't know all the you know,
With the I'm sure that
someone's purse. I mean, they got nearer. Was it someone posed as an employee? How do you get close to the director of Homeland Security when you have bodyguards there? I mean, I have friends that work in executive protection around Palo Alto and stuff like that. They don't let anyone get close to these people, and they're not the director of the Homeland Security. They're probably, billionaires, but they're not. But still, the director of Homeland Security, right? I mean, it was Secret Service.
Yeah, not only that, but I tried to find an official press release from the Washington, D.C. Metro PD, Secret Service websites, the Homeland Security websites. Nobody has put out any press release with suspect description.
Steve, you see Eastside Tony said? Steve, look at Eastside Tony just said.
Oh, yeah.
I knew it.
Yeah.
We knew he's a crook, cocaine addict, right?
Referring press to the Secret Service, referring them to the Homeland Security referring them to Metro PD.
Yeah,
I don't know. The whole thing just sounds good. I mean, come on, her whole purse is missing, and they list a bunch of the contents in the purse. So either the whole purse was taken, which would be really difficult in a restaurant, or she went to the restroom and left it in the restroom and forgot about it. Yeah. I don't know.
Were there dog's ashes in there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. We're just having fun with this. We hope they catch the guy who stole the purse. I'm curious. I want to know how it happened.
Yeah.
Now, this is another Secret Service, man. You guys are law enforcement. We back you, but come on. You got to